Hi guys, welcome back again. How are you guys doing? This video today, I just finished. I just got off the call with my client. I had two people who booked my one-on-one session for clarity call, and I just finished. Where's my mic? So I'm currently going to the market to go and make food. Like I'm so tired. But I'm going to the market to get some food stuff. I want to get semovita. I want to make swallow. I've not eaten swallow in a while, so I want to make swallow and egusi soup. I don't know how that is going to be. I'm so tired. But let's see how it goes. I'm going to carry you guys along. Let's take this as my first market vlog in our new home. I don't know if you can hear me. There's a gen sounding. My neighbor turned on their gen to it. If you cannot hear me, I'm going to do a voiceover, but if you can hear me, it's fine. So come along with me as we go to the market to buy food ingredients for just today. Like I'm not stocking up the place, I'm just getting something that I'm going to cook today. Right, time is already gone. I just want to do that as fast as possible. Afterwards, I have clothes I need to fold. I have a clarity call booked for 11 p.m. I don't know how that is going to be. I have a lot of sit down videos I'm supposed to do that I have not done, and I'm hoping that I'm going to do that this night, hopefully when my kids sleep. And I also have some content that I need to shoot for my upcoming free class. And yeah, basically, right? Not to say too much, let's just go and get what we need to get, and I'll see you guys in the market. Hey, should we take this as part two or part three of Compound Wives Palava for me? What Compound Wives did to me. Hello, if you don't know what I do, I'm a full-time content creator and a digital marketer. I help women and beginners build income through digital skill online. Like I teach people how to make money online, how to monetize their knowledge, and how to monetize their social media platforms. And if this is what you're interested in, look for me on my Instagram with Mercy's DIY Zone. I'm hosting a free masterclass. I call it the Clarity class. I'm teaching the easiest way to make money online with just your smartphone. Whether you have a laptop or not, you have the smartphone that you're using to watch me, you can use it to make money online. And what I'm going to be talking about in that class is how to identify the digital skills that suit your personality, how to overcome the fear of starting out, why you are losing sales as a vendor. If you're a vendor, I'm going to talk about why you're losing sales, how to package your business and services for your online customers, and also what sales and marketing does to your business. And this class is totally free, and I'm going to be hosting it on the 29th and 30th of March by 7 p.m. in my closed WhatsApp group. So do well to send me message on my IG to join the group with Mrs. DIY Zone if you are interested in leveling up financially this year. Yes, so back to my gist of Compound Wives Wahala. Let's go shopping while I continue my gist. Remember how I said we collected loan from a cooperative community, right? In fact, after the drama that ensued, we just decided that no, let's just find a way to pay off these loans and disconnect from these people completely. So I had like 100 plus savings in my account that I never withdrew ever since I started taking loans from them. So we just stopped. I think we added like 20, was it 20 or 40,000 naira, and completed the money. And then we said we're no longer taking. They kept asking us, okay, why? Why? Is there anything? But we just decided as a couple that we need to shut those doors. Like the opportunity they felt that they in their head, they have gotten opportunity to get close to me or to do something or to say something to get to me. So we just shut those doors. And it looked like we solved the problem for a while, but after some time, it became another battle entirely. Like the battle became so obvious this time around. What happened? So this fateful day, we realized that is no longer in news that I have been looking for a house like from way back. And there was this our neighbor that had like tenants. It's a compound house. They are the ones that are living in, but they had like two apartments for tenants. One was a self-con and the other was two-bedroom. And we're like, oh, let's go and check the two-bedroom. Now that two-bedroom, they actually built it for themselves. That's the landlord and his family. They built it for themselves. You know, this kind, let me just build something, let's stay there, then later on when we get a little money we can now build, because the land was quite big. So they decided to build a two-bedroom and live in it until they completed this new one that they were building for their family, for their comfort. This other one that they were building was quite big, and of course I think it's like three-bedroom. I'm not sure, but it's actually very big. So when they moved into the big one, we're now like, okay, let's even give it a try and just go and rent that place. So we entered the house. We had a conversation with the owner of the house and we said, okay, we want this apartment. And the person was like, okay, no wala, no wala. Where do you live? Then we told them, oh, we are just so place. We're neighbors. And then the man goes, okay, just give me a time. Just give me some time to think about it. And then he told us that we're going to rent the house, I think, for 250. At the time, we were even telling him that please, he should give us for 200. So he said no problem, that we should just give him time to think about it. And then there are some things that there are some boundaries that he has set because of the experiences he has gotten from tenants. And because of those experiences, he decided to set some boundaries and he's going to tell us what it entails, like his rules and regulation, what you don't do in his house. And if you're comfortable with whatever it is he says to you, then you can take the apartment. So he gave us a document to actually read. Yes, he printed it for everyone that is coming to the house. You have to go through it. And I don't blame him, right? Because a lot of people, like, I don't know how people think you're in somebody's house and then you misbehave, especially when you are living with your landlord. He told us that one of the reasons why he had to set these rules is because his family house, like where he's coming from, his mom and dad's house, they had tenants that lived in that house for over 5, 10 years without paying rent. And each time they try to evict them, it's from one issues to the other, one court case to the other. They keep dragging the issues, dragging the matter. And at the end of the day, they just left the person. The person didn't move, and the person, they couldn't eject the person out. Like, you know that thing where you just say, oh, I leave them for God. Abi, I leave them with God. Anyways, that was one of the reasons. And then he said another set, they were paying the money in bits and in pieces. Say, for example, they are supposed to pay maybe 80K for rent. Instead of paying that 80K, they will just pay today, they will give 2,000, tomorrow 30,000, tomorrow 10,000, you know, all those things. They pieces the money in their hand. And because they were not dealing with agents, they were dealing directly with the tenant, so they had those issues. I was not like, why not just hand over the property to an agency or something? He said, that he has had ordeal with agents and all, agents collecting money from tenants and not remitting, collecting commission from tenants and not remitting. You know, all of those agents wahala in Nigeria. Anyway, so back to the documents. We read the documents, we saw the rules and regulations. They were quite tight for us because we are church people, and most times, in fact, especially on Sundays, you see, on Sundays and when we have our annual convention, like I have millions, no, let me not say millions, that's too much of exaggeration, ma. But I have at most 15, 10, 20 people coming into my house and going out. Some will sleep in my house, some will come, and sometimes we hold fellowship home cell in my house. Now imagine holding home cell in my house and we come to the house. You know that thing where you just laugh, gist, after home cell and just fellowship with the brethren. He said he doesn't want noise in his compound. I was like, this one is not going to work with us. And then you dare not come back home past 7. Ah, Anyways, the rules were not working for us. However, we still insisted that we're still going to take the house at some point because we needed it. Like, we needed space. We needed space so badly. We needed the two-bedroom so badly. Only for us to enter the house and we noticed that the house is not big. Like, our one-room self-con things that were inside the two rooms combined plus parlor will not accommodate it. They were quite small, small rooms. Plus, they had just one exit. Do you imagine having a house that is just one entrance and one exit? What if anything happened? We're not praying for bad thing, but what if something happened? maybe fire outbreak or something, there's no exit. There's no It's just one entrance. As you're entering to the parlor, that's how you go out. The kitchen does not have no back door at all. Anyway, we still wanted to take it, however, because we were desperately looking for space. Then boom, the landlord and the wife now decided that they were going to do their due diligence with us. Okay, now they started asking questions about me and what do you do. So the man asked us, first off, he asked my husband, what do you do? My husband told him what he does. By the way, my husband is a digital marketing strategist, right? He's an expert, right? Myself, I was at the time, yes, I was doing my social media management at the time before I branched out, of course, to become full on digital marketer. So I told him I'm grateful to God that he had an idea of what we were doing. So he was like, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, because he's learned, right? But come to my people that did not go to school. They didn't know what working online is about. They just believe that every single thing you do is Yahoo Yahoo. Hmm. So he decided to do his due diligence. Um, Thankfully, the wife was working with my landlord at the time in the same office. So the wife was like, ah, this your so tenant. So this person that looks like this, like this, like that. They have two kids, two girls, and all of that. They came to my house that they wanted to rent my two-bedroom apartment. And my landlord was like, oh, those guys, just give them the house. See, you will enjoy those guys. They've been living for with me in my house. They've been living in my house for the past years, and I can attest that they are good people. They have good testimony. In fact, our landlord went ahead and said that those are my best tenants ever in that house. So give them the house. So he gave them his word, and the woman was like, okay, that's fine. I think we can go with it. Then they now decided to ask our neighbors. You know that thing where you just want to be sure that the people that you are giving your property to are people that can be responsible, that are responsible and are accountable, right? They now decided to go and ask my neighbors, and only for my neighbors to tell them that that they don't know that since when they know us, so that they don't know what we are doing, or that we are always at home with laptops. Hmm. You guys, hey, when I heard this information, my heart sank. How did I find out? So there's this woman, let's call her Mrs. J. Mrs. J was the one that told us about this house, that this house is available. This person is my church member. Oh, come and take their house. So since people are looking for two-bedroom, let me connect you and her. That was how we found out about the house. Now, Mrs. J told us about the house. When this person, that's the landlord now, our ex potential landlord, decided to do due diligence, and they found out that my neighbor said that they don't know what we are doing, or that we are always in our house, we don't go out, that we are only, they always see us with laptops. They don't know the kind of work that they are thinking that we are wahoo wahoo people. You guys. Then this Mr. J now, Mrs. J now told us everything. I was not like, if that's the case, Omo, we are not even going to take the house again, because right, they've to start with, they've told them that we're not doing anything legitimate, right? Because of assumption has been the thing that has really, really dealt with these people, with us, right? They kept assuming because we're simply at home, we're always at home. In case you don't know, in case you are here, and I know that there are a lot of people that don't know about remote working, working from home, and all of those things. And that's why I'm taking my time to actually explain all of those things on my TikTok and Facebook and IG account, to educate people about these things, about the fact that you can actually make legit money online. However, they said because they were not learned, they didn't know, so they said that we are as if that didn't finish. Like, we thought that was the end of it, until one day I was just walking on the street. What even happened? We're very, very hungry and very, very broke that day. You know, that kind of broke that you have ingredients, you have gas, but you don't have the main meal to cook. And sometimes you have the main meal to cook. For example, you have beans, but there's no palm oil, there's no salt, there's no maggi, but you have gas and you have pepper. You know, those kind of seasons, and you don't have any money. I That day I just wait. That was the kind of situation we were in at the time. So I just stepped out. Let me just go and see if I can get maybe on get the ingredients on credit from one of those my customers and stuff. So I was just walking reluctantly. Then boom, somebody that was owing me, that I did design for on TikTok, now sent me 5K. You see the way God they operate. Okay, so I just strolled to go and buy the ingredients. When I saw the alert, so I just went straight. I say, ah, thank God. I won't even need to even collect bashi again. So let me just go and buy this ingredient. So I went and bought tomatoes, I bought salt, I bought tomatoes, I bought onions, and I was coming back. By the time I was coming back, I followed this lonely path, this narrow road that people barely pass. Then boom, I met this man. The man is also a neighbor boy. He's like two, 3 streets away from my house, and he's a civil defense. I didn't know that he was a civil defense until after like 2, 3, going to 6 months that I found out, because I kept asking questions like, who is this person? I've been seeing him around, but I don't know what he was doing, and it's none of my business to ask what he does. So highest we greet in the morning. Oh, good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Oh, madam, how are you? How are you? How are you? Fine, thank you, sir. That's all that joins me and the man. Then this fateful day, I was coming back from where I went to get my ingredients. Then he stopped me. Madam, how are you? I said, I'm fine. How is your husband? I said, he's fine. How have you been? I've not been seeing you. This is somebody that we barely meet. Oh, he said he has not been seeing me for a while. I said, yeah, we are fine. That he thought that we moved out of our house. I said, no, we didn't move. We're still there. He now said, okay, that where's my husband? So my husband had a digital marketing cohort that he was teaching in Collab. If you know Collab, if you're in Kaduna, you don't know Collab. Collab is an innovation hub. Like they just is a co-working space as well. It serves as a so anything tech basically you want to learn, you want to collaborate, you want to pay for a working space, right? You can do that in Collab. So he went to Collab to actually teach this cohort digital marketing. So I told him that my husband stepped out to go to work. He now said, that reminds him that about work that he wanted to find out, what does my husband do? So I told him, I said, my husband is a digital marketing strategist. He was not looking at me like, ah, Shay, are you speaking in tongues, ne, or what? So I could see the expression all over his face that he didn't understand what it is. So I now started explaining to him that he deals with websites. So if, for example, you want him like I now started telling him, oh, if you want my husband to design website for you, all of those things, anything that has to do with marketing, digitally, all of those things, he does it. That's what he does. So he was looking at me like, oh, is that so? Okay, so you, what about you? What do you do? I now said I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm also a social media manager. I had to start explaining, there are some companies that have social media platforms and they are looking for people that will manage it for them. What you do basically is help them reply DMs, help them reply comments, post for them, schedule posts, edit videos, and all of those things. I kept talking, and he was looking at me like, all these things that you're speaking is English. Then the next thing he would ask me was, who gave you people license? Hey, I was like, I don't understand license. He now said that because sometimes, in the neighborhood, you get to see all these Yahoo people. They will just be acting up and be walking up and down. They are carrying laptops up and down. And I'm looking at him like, oh, okay, okay. I know where this conversation is coming from. But he just found a way to I'm sure that they gave him the I see, I'm 100% sure because because of how we have lived, like I can almost tell everything, like their tendencies, their moves, and what they can say and what they cannot say. So I'm sure they told him that this is what we do because he's their friend. Like he literally sits close to them. I see them almost all the time together discussing and gisting. Now they told him that they don't understand what we are doing nowhere fraud. So he came using his undercover or whatever as and using his office as a civil defense. And I didn't know that he was a civil defense at the time. So he was asking questions and what do we do? And who gave us license? And in this life we have to be careful because some people will just use they are not doing well. They are fraudsters and then they will just use one English to tweak it and twist it and then make it look like it's a legitimate thing. That we should be careful that he's just asking just so that he knows the kind of persons that he's living with in an environment. And I was looking at him like, who is this? Like, where is this thing coming from? Anyway, I now told him, I said, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, sir. And then I walked past him. When I walked past him, I was like, my neighbor have done it again. My neighbors have done it again. And I came back home, I was so worried. I was so worried. And I told my husband, I said, see what happened though. Then it was later. I kept asking questions. If I see, there's this man that is so so so. I described him. What does he do? Who is he? Then that was how I now found out that the man was a civil defense. In fact, it got to a point my husband and I were just sitting down. We are always expecting maybe police or anything or force to come to our house for questioning because of how they started to propagate those conversations, they started to amplify those things. So sometimes we'll just sit down and tell ourselves, may they even come safe so that we'll go and explain ourselves. Some of them don't even know that we have ID card. Some of them don't even know that the people that we're working with are companies that have location and we have ID card to prove. But because of ignorance, tell me what ignorance has done to us in this country. So they started to tag us that we are fraudsters. You guys, there's nothing as worrisome uh, that can be. Like, there's nothing as worrisome as this, because the people that you are living with, you're not even sure if you are even safe with them at all. It got to a point like we're walking on eggshells. We didn't even know. We want to buy something, we're thinking, okay, should we buy? Is this the right time to even buy TV? Is this the right time to buy freezer? Or should we not? Should we not? Because it's not looking like, anything you make, any progress you make is looking like, they have bought something, oh, money have entered, oh. And in this our world where kidnapping and information and what have you is a rampant thing and a normal thing. Anyways, let me know in the comment section what your ordeal has been with neighbors and how have you been able to deal with it. See, I have plenty stories to talk about. Oh. I'm not saying they are 100% bad people. There is a lot of things that I benefited also. Should I say benefit? I mean, they benefited from me anyways. But there were times that they were good to me. Of course, like during Nima's birthday, they showed up for me. They came, of course, their children, they came, they bought gifts and all of those things. But of course, did I receive those gifts? I received those gifts in Thanksgiving, covering it with the blood of Jesus. However, there is that part that they were good people. They are good people, actually, right? I'm not going to deny the fact. I'm just going to say that they had a lot of assumption problem and they were so ignorant. Number two. Number three, they were not willing to give us opportunity to be us. But we didn't even allow their opinion or anything they think about or they assume about us to even affect our personality. We still lived our life minding our business quietly until we moved out. And by the time we're going to move out, everybody was like, "Hi, I wish. Ew, ew, I will miss you, I will miss you." Even people that you know that this thing they are saying, they are just saying it. But of course, they were there, they were able to, some of them helped us and help us pack and all of those things. But overall, they were good things that they did, right? But the fact that they didn't like or didn't like the fact that we're minding our business was the highlight for me. And like I said, there's a lot of stories, and I'm going to be giving you people because there's the one that they had to sabotage our landlord's heart towards us and all of those things. And maybe in my next video, I'm going to talk about that. Like, it got to a point they were so angry with us. I mean, the anger was glaring that we couldn't smile. If we smile, it was a problem. If we laugh, it was a problem. If we even giggle, is a problem. You dress, you come out, is a problem. You are eating good, is a problem. You are not even eating good, is a problem. You fall sick, they will not even show up and say, "Oh, hi." But when they fall sick, you are going to show up and show them love. And overall, I think one of the things that kept us going as well before we left this place is the fact that we allowed love led us, because the more they kept showing us bad things, the more they kept pushing us to the wall. We kept loving them regardless. But almost in a reach stage where person go cut to rubber band, no matter how you take extend rubber band, you go reach stage where you go cut and you go fire you back. Anyways, let me know in the comment section again your ordeal and your experience, what you have experienced with compound people, living with neighbors. Would you rather live with a landlord that has rules and regulation, or live with tenants in a house for us to digger it together? Left for me, if I had a standalone, I would have loved it so much, so much. But of course, We didn't get a standalone, and it's fine. Growth is fine. No pressure whatsoever. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to this amazing channel because there's more stories, more gist, more amable to hear. I'm glad I'm able to talk about these things here because you are my family. Like for years, I've not been able to tell anybody some of these things, but I'm opening up here already. It means that I have grown. It means that now I have a community that I can open my heart to and speak about a whole lot of things that doesn't matter at all. And then for them to learn. Please do well to subscribe, leave me a comment, like my video, share to family and friends, and do well to watch my previous videos. Leave me a comment also. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my posts and updates. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We are done making our swallow, by the way, and my phone went off in the process of making the soup, so you people didn't see the process. Anyways, I am not if you want to learn how to make egusi soup, I am begging you, look for Yosi's Corner. Her I recommend her page. She cooks, she teaches a whole lot of things around cooking. Is it egusi soup you want to learn? You want to know about the food we eat in the north? Anything that has to do with cooking, you're going to learn with Yosi's Corner. Yosi's Corner. Search Yosi's Corner today and follow her up so that you will learn how to make egusi soup. Me, I did not record my own. Thank you. So I'm just going to dish this for my children. I've already made the swallow. This is a movita, by the way. I've already made the swallow, and I don't think I'm going to eat much anyways, but let's see. So this is for my girls. My girly girl is for two of them, so they're going to eat it. I hope they finish it. This is our pot of soup. This is what is left of our soup. So Nima is here to take hers. Ha ha. All right. So she said she wants the big one. So I'm just going to give it to her. She might not even finish it, but I don't know. I don't know. Please, you guys, let me know in the comment section. What do you give your kids to get them to eat plenty? Because my own, they know the grease shop. They know the grease shop plenty. This is my own, and this is hobby's own. So I'm just going to serve them. Bye.